Have you ever woken up one morning, walked into your bathroom, and flexed in the mirror so hard that your face turned beet red? Wishing, hoping, and secretly praying inside of your mind that all of the hard work you've been putting into the gym, your workouts, and maybe the money you've spent on supplements was paying off. That you were that much closer to the muscular ripped body you've always desired, and most importantly deserve. That the aesthetic physique you crave was finally becoming a reality right in front of your eyes. The same type of body that you notice in all of the fitness magazines, on the Hollywood action stars, and the muscular in-shape guys at the gym that every woman can't help but secretly stare at out of the corner of her eye, and that every man is forced to notice and wants to be like. Yet sadly, every time you do look in the mirror, you become just a little more disappointed, feeling a little more defeated and frustrated, wondering and asking yourself, when will it happen to me? Why can't I look big, muscular, and ripped? Making it feel like you're banging your head against a wall, not getting anywhere, thinking, believing, and then finally convincing yourself that maybe it's your poor genetics, your personal metabolism, your age, your diet, your workout program, or even possibly low testosterone levels, which just leaves you so embarrassed that you would rather crawl in a hole away from the world before letting your family members, friends, and coworkers in on your secret goal and sacred dream of having a ripped muscular physique, all because you believe they'll poke fun at you, telling you you're not good enough, or that you need to take steroids to look like that. Well, if this has ever happened to you, or you've ever felt like this, do not worry, because you are not alone. The same scenario that I just talked about happened to me.
Hi, I'm Jared, and in this short presentation, I'm going to pull back the curtain and reveal to you 3 secret keys that you have inside of your body right now that will unlock your genetic code and flip the switch, allowing you to finally get stronger and build muscle without any fat, at rates you used to dream and wish about until now. Now, I know it sounds impossible, yet these 3 dangerously simple tricks that you're about to discover in the next few minutes are so mind-blowingly powerful that you'll be leapfrogging past everyone with new and exciting muscle gains, causing neck-snapping double takes from the opposite sex when you walk by, and every 7 days waking up to brand new and permanent muscle that is now your everyday reality. So how do I know these 3 secret keys really do work?
Well, because a few years ago they worked on me. And they're still working to this day as I continue to build muscle week by week while striking down my skinny guy genetics that held me back for so long, allowing me to finally make come to life a dream of mine and compete in my first natural bodybuilding show where I placed second out of 7 guys in my class. And again, this is being done naturally, without excessive 2-hour-long workouts and without wasting my money on magical muscle-building pills, powders, and potions, promising the moon yet severely under-delivering. And I'm not the only one who's experienced such shocking results. All over the world, men from all ages and from all walks of life have been experiencing these same types of double-take transformations, finally building muscle at the rate they've always dreamed about, and allowing that picture-perfect image they've had in their mind of themselves finally become a reality. In fact, I'm getting emails every single day from these same success stories who are teaching these exact methods to guys in their gyms that I'm about to share with you right now.
However, before I get into that, I have something embarrassing to share with you. In fact, this is the first time that I'm ever sharing this publicly because I became so depressed and so lost at one point that I never wish what happened to me on anyone. Yet it's very important to your future muscle building success.
Not too long ago, I was a painfully looking, scrawny guy who didn't have an ounce of extra muscle on him, or even an ounce of confidence and self-esteem. Looking back now, I could tell I didn't think that much of myself, and it scares me to this day that I felt like this. I would wear baggy t-shirts so the sleeves could cover up my arms, and those Adidas workout pants in the summertime so that my chicken legs would be hidden from the public. I was that self-conscious. Well, one day a good friend of mine brought me along to the gym, and I remember walking in and being in awe at some of the guys in there, and just blinded by the mirrors all around from the sun reflecting off of them. And I could have sworn those guys in there who were working out had arms just like Arnold Schwarzenegger did. And everyone, for some reason, just seemed to respect these guys and just want to be around them. So I guess you could say this is one of those classic stories where the soaking wet rookie walks into the gym for the first time with a mixture of excitement and intimidation and not really knowing what to expect. However, I did stay there and did the only 2 things I knew and had recognized: the bench press and dumbbell curls. So I pumped out a few sets at a whopping weight of 95 pounds and then moved on to some dumbbell curls with the 15-pound dumbbells. And I finished off the workout with some cardio and abs. However, after I left, I felt like a brand new person with an aura of confidence I never recognized before. It was as if I conquered some fire-breathing dragons and rescued the damsel in distress. The rest of the day I was flying high with a sense of euphoria. This extreme endorphin rush was pouring out of my mind like I had just lost my virginity. When I got home, I immediately ripped off my gigantic, way too big for me t-shirt and flexed hard in the mirror. In fact, I flexed so hard that I almost broke a blood vessel. My face turned beet red and veins started popping out of my neck. And I thought whatever I did had worked. Of course, well, results don't happen that fast. However, I was hooked and ready to go back the next day. A few months had passed, and I bought a few subscriptions from the Muscle and Fiction magazines, those same types you see on newsstands, and also invested in a few bottles of miracle supplements because I thought that's what everyone did who wanted to build muscle, almost like they were a requirement, a magical cure. And this was the usual standard muscle-building cocktail of protein powder, creatine, glutamine, amino acids, a multivitamin, and a fancy pre-workout supplement that turned my tongue a weird purple color. And I was doing really well, I thought to myself, not missing a single workout, which were close to 2 hours every day for 5 to 6 days per week. I was taking my supplements religiously and eating plenty of protein because, again, I thought this was a requirement and the only thing that mattered. I thought as long as I ate plenty of protein, I could eat whatever else I wanted when I wanted. Plus, I read everything I could on the subject during this time, whether it was on the internet, a magazine, or even a book from the library. And I even enrolled in college to study exercise science. I was that addicted and that committed. I wanted to uncover the hidden secrets to the human body and how it related to building the ultimate physique. However, little did I know that it wasn't my workouts, my diet, or my fancy supplement cocktail that cost me upwards of $200 a month that would transform me from skinny to muscular, yet a certain someone I met while at school. More on that in a second. Because when I returned home that summer, people were shocked. I remember one person gasping at the change they saw in my body. Another person accused me of being on steroids. And one of my friend's parents didn't even recognize who I was. They looked at me for a second and their eyes fluttered like someone just said the world was coming to an end and pigs could now magically fly. To make a long story short, I was big. I gained 43 pounds in 8 short months. And you think I was happy, and I was for a short period of time. Because the first time I went to the beach that summer and took off my shirt, I didn't receive the compliments I thought I would. My initial high, my new self-confidence, how I now viewed myself, was shot down like a rabid dog. I became the butt of all jokes, poking fun at the new physique I just created, and the turtle shell, as they called it, which was now the increased amount of belly fat I had around my stomach. I had zero muscle tone and just looked like a big, bulky mess. And one girl, who was pretty hot, said to her friend, which I overheard, "I can't believe that guy is a personal trainer. He doesn't even look like he works out." Now, that might not sound like a big deal to you. However, when you take pride in what you love and you're attempting to reach that ultimate and ideal physique goal you have in your mind, that perfect body, those 8 little words, "he doesn't even look like he works out," are like a red-hot dagger that pierces through your heart. I prided myself on my training and what I knew and helping others. Yet when I looked in the mirror after this, the truth finally caught up to me and hit me like a Mack truck. The truth that was staring at me the whole entire time. And what I saw was a big ball of blubber. I tried frantically, desperately remembering, thinking back at what went wrong. How did I end up like this? Did I mess up my diet? Was it the supplements? Did I have low testosterone? Did I work out too much, which caused my stress hormones to skyrocket out of control? Was it my genetics? I really had no idea and had nobody to turn to for an answer because I was on this journey all alone. And I became so depressed during this time that they wanted to put me on meds and bring me back to life. That's how low I sank and how low I felt. And most guys would never ever admit that. I hid away from people like a hermit crab during this time, counting down the days when I could just head back to school and just get away from everyone at home. I still worked out, yet it wasn't the same, because the fire had almost left me. I wanted to quit and give up and just say screw it. However, when the day came that I went back to school, it was as if a bright light was shining down because I saw it as a new beginning, a new challenge, and I could call the past. And I vowed to myself to keep an open mind, to be honest when I looked in the mirror, and most importantly, seek out the best of the best when it came to building muscle, gaining strength, and sculpting an aesthetically pleasing physique resembling that of the old Greek and Roman statues. I wanted the truth and the best information. Plus, figure out what happened during my year-long journey and where I veered off the beaten path so others wouldn't make the same mistake. And little did I know that the answer to all of my problems was right in front of my face the entire time. His name was Dave, and he was one of my professors at school. Dave, to put it bluntly, was an alpha male. The guy that every student and every male professor even admired and wanted to be like. He was also a natural bodybuilder who was studying to get his doctorate in applied exercise physiology. He looked the part and had the brains to back up what he said. And Dave ended up taking me under his wing, teaching me and showing me everything he knew about training, nutrition, and proper supplementation. And I'm not talking about some overstated Stone Age routine where you perform 20 plus sets per body part like they talk about in those muscle and fiction magazines, or some abusive bulking diet that turns your waistline into a spare tire, or even the supposed golden rule of only performing the big exercises with heavy weights to pack on mass and help you gain muscle. Because, by the way, that will not help you build a balanced and perfect body. I'm talking about the biological reasons why your body would even want muscle, and how to overcome your genetics and flip the switch inside of you so that you can build muscle and sculpt the physique you can be proud of. Your own special and unique physique. A body that would make others secretly want to emulate you, and a body that would be irresistible to the female touch and primal sexual psyche. And one of the biggest lessons I learned from Dave was what he liked to call anabolic bursts. More on that in a second, because the first secret key that I discovered was to no longer perform body part splits like professional bodybuilders and total body workouts. Now, I know this may sound a little out there and against popular wisdom, yet the reason for this is simple, and that's painfully slow results. For example, how would you like to gain an inch on your chest, shoulders, or arms in 28 days as opposed to 6 months or maybe even years? And if you want hypermuscular growth and Herculean-like strength gains, then you need to train it in a specific way and stop copying the routines of genetic freaks who use and abuse performance-enhancing drugs like steroids and human growth hormone. And this brings us to secret key number 2, which is to avoid only training in the standard 10 to 12 rep range for muscle growth. And the reason you want to avoid this is because you're leaving out on the table 66% of more possible muscle growth. Just take a look at these pictures of some bodybuilders back in the 50s who rarely only trained in this standard rep range. They're pretty big and muscular, right? And it's not because of their genetics or steroids, which weren't even invented yet. By only training in that certain bodybuilding rep zone, you'll be missing out on pounds and pounds of permanent rock-hard muscle every single year. And every single prime training year that goes by, you're never going to be able to get back. Just think how much further you might be along if you could get those training years back by following a powerful muscle building program that allowed you to hit multiple strength qualities, various muscle fibers, and biochemical pathways, allowing you to finally build muscle without any fat faster than you ever thought possible. And last, we have secret key number 3. And without this, you can forget about all the other techniques that I've shared with you in this special presentation. And it all has to do with the anabolic burst method that thousands of successful guys all over the world have used to transform their once average-looking physique into one with more muscle and more definition in very little time. Now, most guys are scared to overtrain, and I understand this because it can be like shooting yourself in the foot. However, when used properly, this could be the most powerful training stimulus in your muscle building arsenal. The most genetic busting, muscle exploding tool in your toolbox that you can use right away. Just take a look at the graph for a second. Now, at first, your body will respond and adapt, and then you'll notice a dip and take a step or two back in the recovery department, which is completely normal. And it's at this point when you want to stomp on the gas with your workouts and the intensity, because when you back off, the anabolic burst will take effect and your body will supercompensate and shoot into the stratosphere with extreme muscle growth. By following this powerful secret key to building muscle, you'll be experiencing results that no other plan or routine can offer you. Just picture it for yourself right now. Close your eyes and imagine this. You wake up every day for 7 to 10 days straight with crazy and enormous changes in your body. And when you stare in the mirror, you notice certain muscles are undoubtedly larger, more pronounced, and absolutely sleeve-ripping than they were the night before. Your shirts are noticeably tighter around your shoulders, arms, and chest. Various strangers start commenting on how great you look. The opposite sex, whether it's your spouse, your girlfriend, a friend, or a random individual, grabs your chest, shoulders, and arms because they want to see what it feels like. Even people at the gym will start whispering rumors or ask you what you were taking. if you're on something. Well, obviously you know you're not on anything. You just started doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing. You finally know the formula, the truth of what it takes to build muscle naturally, and how to manipulate your own body to build your own perfect physique. The physique that you've envisioned in your mind for so long. The one that you've always dreamed about, except now those dreams are becoming your reality.
Now, that was a lot of information, and you may be feeling a bit overwhelmed or confused, and that is okay. So basically right now, this means you have two choices of where to go from here. Choice one is to go off on your own and do it yourself. You can take the information from the presentation and try to apply it on your own, and you might see some success if you took careful notes. Or there's choice two, the smart and savvy choice. Why try to figure it out on your own when there's an exact step-by-step blueprint? One that's time-tested, backed up by science and real-world results. One that's been enjoyed by thousands of guys all over the world who've used it to transform their own bodies into walking monuments, crafting and sculpting their own perfect physique. And because I remembered my own struggles of what it was like, and because I know the information I discovered and still use to this day is so powerful, I begged Dave, who is now a highly regarded professor, to please let me share these techniques and secrets with you.
Secrets like a very old and powerful Russian-based training system that's been adapted for guys who solely want to build muscle. This allows you to train the 12-plus growth triggers inside of your body at once, so you'll never miss out on an ounce of possible muscle growth. The truth about how certain big exercises can force your body to lay down muscle in places that actually take away from building the aesthetically pleasing physique that you're after. A physique that subconsciously flips the female sexual psyche into attraction mode almost instantly, and the kind of physique that demands respect when you walk into a room. And how to force supersonic muscle growth in certain body parts in just 28 days. Something that used to take you 6 to 12 months, plus much, much more.
Now, luckily, Dave is a pretty cool guy and has allowed me to share all of this with you. However, I did have to beg because he didn't want his name plastered all over the internet, and he did not want to become famous given his academic profession. And he also didn't want this information to be watered down and cheapened because it's taken years of trial and error, personal research in the lab, and 8+ years of advanced graduate studies to acquire this. So he was extremely hesitant in the beginning to share this with the entire world. However, he did agree, like I said before, so over the course of a few months, we brought our heads together and worked feverishly into drilling down into these powerful muscle-building growth triggers and came up with something that is truly remarkable. Guaranteed to pack on serious muscle and guaranteed to finally allow you to sculpt the aesthetic physique you've always desired and deserved without any ugly belly fat. Let me introduce to you the Aesthetic Blueprint.
The Aesthetic Blueprint is the first, most complete, and only push-button, done-for-you muscle-building system in the entire world today. It's so powerful and so simple because we've taken every exploding muscle growth technique and plugged it into this easy-to-use push-button system that will actually spit out the workouts for you. So there's no need to have to piece together your own training program ever again. There's no need to ever have to be confused ever again. And there's no need to ever have to walk into a gym, look around, and never know what to do. And this is the only system you will ever need to keep building the aesthetically pleasing and powerful looking physique you've always wanted. Like having your own professional muscle building coach with you 24/7 every step of the way. Now, here's what some others had to say about their results and the Aesthetic Blueprint system. Here's Vince, who wrote in how he was always the skinny guy who had a hard time putting on muscle and gaining weight. He bought the weight gaining powders, ate, yet his gains were slow. Later on, he realized what he was doing was wrong for his body type, and he started performing the workouts inside of the Aesthetic Blueprint. Once he did, it was like the brakes were released and he was building muscle faster than ever before, giving him that aesthetically pleasing physique that commands respect and neck-snapping double takes from the opposite sex. Now, Joe wanted a workout that would give him that Adonis look, the type of physique you see on the fitness magazines where everything is proportioned, basically lean and mean, and the opposite of that bodybuilder look, which, by the way, most women think is disgusting. Anyways, he invested in the entire Aesthetic Blueprint package, and right away his arms, chest, and shoulders were growing larger and larger by the week, just in time for beach season. And next you have Rasheen, who was already a muscular guy to begin with, yet as he states, His progress was getting slower and slower as he was progressing. He was following the same age-old bodybuilding split, like chest and back on one day, legs on another, which is okay. Yet he needed something to push his body into the next level. And that's when he landed on this video that you're watching right now. After changing his routine and performing the workouts exactly as it's laid out in the system, his body catapulted into newfound growth. Here's just a small taste of what you'll discover and how your life will change if you're one of the lucky few who decide to enroll today. First, you'll discover the true secret to skyrocketing muscle growth, shortcutting your way to success in just 28 days, as compared to most muscle building programs that would take you 6 months or more. This is based on the general adaptation response and pivotal to turning your body into a muscle building machine. And how to use specific targeted growth exercises that add slabs of muscle on even the most underdeveloped body parts, like your biceps and triceps, chest, shoulders, back, or even legs and calves. This is one of the key techniques into sculpting your own aesthetic blueprint. The one that screams attention, forces neck-snapping double takes, and makes your friends and those people who once secretly doubted you become jealous of your success and your new body. Always wondered what to eat or how many calories you need per day to grow muscle without any fat? Well, one of the biggest and most confusing aspects for most guys is diet. They want to know what to eat, when to eat, and how much to eat of protein, carbs, and fats in order to build muscle. So I went along and made this completely foolproof and simple for you, just like the Aesthetic Blueprint push button system. All you have to do is input a few pieces of key data like height, weight, and activity level, and this special muscle building calorie software spits out exactly how many calories of protein, carbs, and fats to have in each meal throughout the day in perfect ratios, making your life that much easier and ending this confusion once and for all, which will allow you to build muscle without any fat. This cannot get any simpler. You'll also discover this exact pre-exhaust method to shocking stubborn body parts into newfound growth. Can't grow your chest the way that you want? Well, follow this specific 1-2 exercise punch and cure that problem forever. Finding it a struggle to get bigger arms or shoulders? Then you'll follow the mechanical drop set principle, taking advantage of your body's natural biomechanics and stimulate massive growth in a very short period of time. You'll discover the powerful and under-the-radar secret of non-linear periodization, which is one of the biggest breakthroughs for the average guy looking to transform from skinny to muscular in a short time. This all has to do with training your multiple strength qualities, muscle fibers, and biochemical pathways that are geared towards specific targeted muscle growth, which allows you to reap the full benefits of your workouts and flipping your genetic muscle building switch to the on position. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You'll also discover the 2 types of muscular hypertrophy that will give you that ripped, dense, and powerful look, like your muscle bellies are about to burst through your skin and tear through your shirts. This is the secret to looking big, powerful, and hard year-round. Plus, why you want to purposely overtrain so you can set yourself up for what I like to call slingshot hypertrophy. This is the powerful supercompensation effect and is automatically built into your Aesthetic Blueprint muscle building workouts. Without this, your results would be suboptimal, yet when properly planned out, you'll be setting yourself up for success even if everything else was wrong. That's how dominant this special method really is. Oh, and I can't forget all 10 body part specialization components that you'll have access to, which dive deep into the most powerful growth-producing techniques for each one of your muscle groups, allowing you to finally uncover the secrets to building your own aesthetic blueprint brick by brick, layer by layer. Plus, much, much more than I have time to talk about. Now, here is my promise to you.
Just go through everything in the Aesthetic Blueprint system, all of the workouts, the programs, the Quick Start Training Guide, and the Quick Start Nutrition Guide, because once you do, you'll be amazed at how powerful, muscular, and pumped up you're going to become. Just imagine how psyched you're going to feel because you finally have that answer you've been searching for. Most guys tell me they feel like a superhero when they're armed with this superior push-button system and just can't wait to step in the gym and start crafting their own aesthetic blueprint, one that will last them an entire lifetime. Honestly, I'm that excited right now, like someone who just finished his last day of school. I'm excited for you to experience the results you deserve, to finally have the confidence and self-esteem that you want, to be able to not only transform your body, yet transform your entire life in the process. Just imagine this for a second.
You literally wake up one morning and are blown away when you look in the mirror and see the results for yourself. You feel with your bare hands your chest, shoulders, and arms are transforming into human steel with every passing day. And you start walking around with an air of confidence that you never recognized before, like you can conquer the entire world with your chin held high and a kick in your step. Now, how would that make you feel? probably like an absolute king. Now just imagine what it would be like to never have to walk into a gym and not know what to do anymore, what workout to perform or what exercises to complete, allowing you to finally kiss away that annoying anxiety feeling goodbye forever. Just imagine what it would feel like to look in the mirror and not ask anymore, why am I not seeing results? To finally throw out the excuse that it's your poor genetics, your workout program, your diet, your age, or your metabolism. Imagine what it would feel like to know that you now have the secret code to building your own aesthetic blueprint, the body, the physique that you've always desired. Okay, I think I can feel how much you want to be part of this special group and experience these same types of results. So let's talk about the special enrollment fee that I have for you today just for watching this powerful presentation. Now first, some bad news. The normal retail enrollment fee and to have lifetime access to the entire aesthetic blueprint system is a one-time fee of $197. It's priced at this because of the depth of information you're going to have access to. Plus, I only want serious action takers to have the ability to use this information and the workouts contained within who are serious about obtaining jaw-dropping results. However, because you took part in this special presentation today, I want to do something very special for you. So today, I'm willing to cut down the enrollment fee to just a one-time investment of only $97. That's $100 off the normal retail value to finally have the physique you've always wanted, to finally build the body you've always visualized in your mind, the one you've envisioned the day that you picked up your first weight or done your first push-up. Now here's the best news that you might have heard all week. If you've made it this far into the presentation, then I'm sure you want this. You want access to the entire aesthetic blueprint system right now. You want to create your own transformation, you want to prove all those naysayers wrong, and you want to finally have results. And I want all of this for you as well. Therefore, I'm going to do something that I've never done before. With everything that I went through, I know the pain, the frustration, and the constant banging of the head against the wall, wondering why results are so slow. And I vowed to do whatever it was in my power to never let anyone else get as low as I did, to never let anyone else, if I could help it, to teach them and to show them the light, to the most natural and powerful way to building permanent muscle. And the only way that I can do this, to help out as many guys as possible by making this entire system extremely affordable to the point where you would feel ashamed for not grabbing this today. So for as long as this video is up, which it may be taken down without warning, I'll let you have the entire push button done for you aesthetic blueprint muscle building system for not $197, not $97, not even $67. So for today, you'll be able to have access to the entire system for just a one-time discounted payment of only $47. Plus, to make this an absolute no-brainer for you, I'm going to give you 3 value-added bonuses at absolutely no cost. First, value-added bonus number 1, Shredded in 7. Inside, you'll discover how to look stage-ready, photo shoot-worthy ripped in only 7 days. The entire program inside is the exact same one I used to look absolutely peeled to the bone for my first show. I take you by the hand and walk you through each day on what to do to look your absolute best for that one special day. Whether that's a beach day, a wedding, or maybe your own physique show. This right here is a $67 value, however yours today as a value-added bonus. You'll also have access to the Supplement Chronicles report, where you'll discover some of the more popular supplements in the industry today, which compounds are worth your time and will help you build muscle, and which ones are a complete waste. And let me tell you, there's a lot more scams out there than you may have ever once believed. Now, supplements are not needed for stunning jaw-dropping results. However, if you do decide to go down this route, then I point you in the right direction. A $47 value, yours today as a value-added bonus. And last yet not least, and this is my favorite, personal group coaching access. You see, once you invest in the entire aesthetic blueprint system today, you'll receive a special group coaching invitation where everyone who has enrolled in the entire system hangs out and shares their success. Plus, which is the most important out of all, helps one another achieve their ultimate physique goal. I'm also there as well, helping you out with any questions that might come up and guiding you down the path to achieving your perfect body. This right here is worth the entire enrollment fee of the program, since I'll be personally helping you out along the way if need be. $197 value, however, yours today at no cost when you enroll in the entire aesthetic blueprint system right now. plus 3 to 4 other unannounced bonuses that I have for you as well, including the entire video exercise database, where I show you in detail how to perform every single exercise inside of the Aesthetic Blueprint system. Now, I don't want to be mean, so please understand this could be your last chance to finally have the body, the physique that you've been putting in the relentless amount of blood, sweat, and tears for. The hours spent in the gym that made you feel like you were banging your head against a wall, spinning your wheels in the sand, and desperately trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B. Just think how it would feel to finally end the zombie-like state of confusion and constant program hopping that you've been stuck in, and worrying why your results have been moving at a snail's pace. Please understand that I do not want you to feel like this anymore, and to have these pull-your-hair-out frustrated feelings gone forever. All you have to do is click the rectangular, brightly colored button below right now to join thousands of others who have had success with the Aesthetic Blueprint system and finally be on the road to creating your own aesthetic physique right away. And of course, you're backed up by my ironclad triple action 60-day money-back guarantee. All I want you to do is go through the entire Aesthetic Blueprint system and all of the bonuses, plus the 3 to 4 unannounced bonuses as well, and start performing the powerful workouts and implementing the powerful muscle building principles inside. And if you're not completely satisfied with anything at all, if you're not experiencing an ounce of results, or even if you hate the pictures inside, you can contact me within the next 60 days, and I'd be more than happy to grant you a refund right away. No questions, no hassles. And you can even keep all the value-added bonuses that you'll receive today when you enroll.
So why am I willing to bet the entire farm and be so gracious with this guarantee? Because I want you to have zero excuse when trying out the entire system. Because I know deep down in my chest that you will see and feel and notice results right away. More results than you felt in the past few months or maybe even years. I want you to feel what it's like to have the physique you've always desired and craved, and the physique you've always dreamed about. Well, it's time to change that, to change your life and to transform your body. You're literally at a crossroads right now as we speak at possibly one of the most important decisions of your life, because you have 3 options of where to go from here.
Option 1 is do absolutely nothing. You can go ahead and click away from this page and go off on your own, where you'll still be going around in circles with what I like to call the muscle building merry-go-round. Wasting your time, wasting your money, and blowing through the prime years of your life, wondering why you're not seeing an ounce of improvement when you stop and stare in the mirror. And then there's option 2. You can still click away and maybe apply some of the techniques and principles that I talked about in this presentation, and maybe you might have some success if, of course, you took careful notes. And then there's option 3, which is the smart and savvy choice. The choice that thousands of men all over the globe have chose to transform their physiques and finally achieve the success and respect they've always desired. And by taking just one tiny action today, you too will set off a ripple effect throughout your entire life for years to come. Just imagine how much better life is going to be, how much more confidence you're going to have, how much more respect you're going to command, and how much more female attention will be coming your way like wild bees attracted to honey. Opportunities like this do not come every day and are once in a lifetime. Don't be like the 95% of the majority who rather just sit back and do nothing and be average. It's time to stand up and do the right thing. Be one of the elite and special 5%ers who grab life by the horns and make things happen for themselves. Simply click the brightly colored button below right now, and you'll have immediate access to the entire Aesthetic Blueprint system, plus all the value-added bonuses today. Simply click the brightly colored button below right now, and I'll see you on the other side. Hey, are you still there? It's Jared again, and if you're still watching this, maybe my guess is that you probably have some questions and are a bit skeptical about the entire Aesthetic Blueprint system. First, I just want to say that I completely understand where you are coming from. There was some pretty bold claims in the presentation. However, do understand that everything I said was completely true. The entire system is a complete done-for-you muscle-building program of sorts, where you can choose what body parts you would like to specialize on by clicking on the anatomy figure. When you do it, it spits out an entire 2-phase workout template for that specific body part. It's really that simple. You'll also find that each body part has a written PDF that I put together, giving you the how, what, and why of each program. And that is for those who like to understand why each program is the way it is. Now, let's get into some questions. This one is from Chris. Chris writes, is this appropriate for guys in their 40s and 50s? Of course, Chris. I would say that most guys who enroll in the program are between the ages of 25 and 49. We do have guys who've invested in the program below the age of 25 and above the age of 49. However, the majority are between 25 and 49. Brian writes in, I'm a beginner and I'm nervous that I won't know how to do some of the exercises. Is there anything to help me out with that? Yes, of course, Brian. There is an entire section where I show you through video how to perform every single exercise in every single Aesthetic Blueprint workout. So do not worry. And if you can't perform a certain exercise for whatever reason, then just feel free to shoot me a message in the private group, and I'll be happy to help you out. Joe writes, do I need to belong to a gym for this to work? Truthfully, Joe, yes. Unless, of course, you have a majority of the equipment available to you, such as barbells, dumbbells, and weight plates. And that's really all you need, but definitely belonging to a gym is much, much better. And if you're thinking that you can do these workouts with just body weight, you won't be able to. That's something totally different and separate than what this is. Mike writes in, what's the deal with eating on this program and supplements? I've tried diets in the past, but they never work to help me gain weight. That's a pretty good question, Mike. Well, nutrition is 80% of the game right there. You do need to eat correctly in order to refuel your body and allow it to build muscle. Yet, like I said, I've given you every tool to accomplish this with the Muscle Building Calorie Calculator, plus various meal plans and different calorie calculations. So you have no choice but to succeed. Oh, and the supplements, don't worry about those. Spend your money on food and worry about supplements later. And I cover plenty of supplements in the Supplement Chronicles report, which was one of the bonuses, bonus number 2, I believe. Another Mike writes in, what will it say on my credit card? Will I get billed again after paying the $47? Well, Mike, I understand where you're coming from because I've been taken advantage before with purchasing stuff online. Well, I'm here to tell you, Mike, seriously, have no fear. We use a trusted merchant, ClickBank. By the way, this is what will appear on your statement. Anyways, ClickBank is a very trusted third-party merchant who handles all of the chargebacks, refunds, as well as regulatory management to make sure your information is never stolen, shared, or distributed. They're Norton secured and McAfee secured, which is the gold standard in merchant accounts. Oh, and you will never be billed again after paying the one-time enrollment fee of just $47. John writes, is this easy to use? Yes, John, it is easy to use. It literally is point and click. It can't get any easier than that. If you can turn on your computer, then you can use the Aesthetic Blueprint system without a problem. And again, I'm here to help you if you have any problems whatsoever. And Bobby writes in, who shouldn't buy this? Seriously, anyone who is not committed to building up their body and bettering their physique. If you're going to be a tire kicker, a lazy person who just rather sit on the couch, then this will definitely not be for you. You will have to put in the work, and the work will be hard. I'm not going to lie about that. If you want to achieve anything in this world, you're going to need to put in the blood, sweat, and tears day in and day out. All I've done is given you the best tools out there to be extremely successful and to shortcut your way to success. It's really up to you to put those tools to work. So if this sounds not like you and you're ready to commit and give it all you've got to be the best that you can be, then click the button below now, in which you'll be taken to our secure checkout page to make sure everything is correct. From there, you'll be taken to the page to enter your credit card information and be on your way to building muscle at rates that never seemed possible until now. Click the button below, and I'll see you on the other side.